run short, by the way. I just realized it.
I don't know what's going on with him.
That's all right. I'm 6'5", so I make up for most people's height.
Yeah, I just messaged him. I was like, "You gonna be late?"
He's punching air.
Oh, I bet he's watching Arc Raiders. I mean, playing Arc Raiders right now. Or watching.
Dude, he plays Arc Raiders? Oh, my God.
Yeah, get with him. He plays hard. He loves it. It's all he does.
Have you played the game? I don't want to nerd out on this. Logan got me onto this game.
I don't play it.
Because he started playing it. It's very interesting. I think it's a very interesting experiment. It's the only video game that I've ever played. Like, I've been playing it now for a few weeks, and people are probably, who gives a shit about video games? It's a shooter video game, and I have yet to shoot one person, but I'm still playing it. I've died a whole bunch of times. It's like this weird social experiment where, like, if you don't shoot if you're nice to other people, you get put into the game with other nice people, and it reminds me of Blackjack. If you guys are like, I'm not into video games, Blackjack is the best way to describe it because you can play the people to your left or right, or it's you against everybody against the house, and everybody can win. And that's what Arc Raiders is. Anyway, welcome to the Shadyside podcast.
You got video games? You got games on your phone?
Yeah.
You know what's funny? And I can tell you that, like, we had a beautiful weekend of racing up until midday yesterday. But it was beautiful, nice, warm, mid-70s, close to 80s weekend. Couldn't ask for better weather. As I look out my window right now at about 3-4 inches of snow that has fell within the last
Whoa, you got snow?
6 hours. Yeah.
What?
And then I look at the forecast for cash days this weekend, like mid-70s, high, low 80s again. All right. And sunny.
I can't believe you got snow. Like, here, they're talking about, like, dude, they're calling for tornadoes every 5 miles here.
We were in a severe thunderstorm warning earlier today, and then that quit, and then it started snowing.
Yeah, if I drop off, that's probably why, because it's rocking here. It's been rocking all day. It's like a baby hurricane hitting us right now. So
he logged off his game.
Oh, there it is.
Like, you missed it. We were talking about Arc Raiders, dude.
He's muted. He don't even know yet.
I can't hear him.
He's muted. There he goes.
Brethren. Okay.
When I said Arc Raiders, he went,
Dude, yeah. Y'all play Arc Raiders?
Right. Yeah, dude, we gotta link up after this. I just started playing too.
I'm not gonna lie, I may have been gooping a little bit and lost track of time. So,
well, they called it so.
And then we had to update the computer. So I've been on time, but the computer kind of put me back a few minutes. But it's okay. We're here now.
Just because it popped up, yes, you can come in that Thursday and get a campsite. We'll go over some King of the South stuff. We got all kinds of King of the South stuff to talk about tonight, too. So
I feel like that's kind of like a given at the end of every episode. We kind of get questions about that, so we give you guys updates. We've got some flyers to post up with more information on that. So we'll get into the show and hit the high marks, and then we'll go over some King of the South stuff. Always put your questions up, and we'll circle back to them.
We're starting the show off with the Wheelie of the weekend, though.
It was awesome.
Nice.
That was rad.
He had a good dismount too, as you can see. Like,
yeah, I think he actually done some damage though.
Like he's still looking at the stars. A little bit of a slam.
Yeah,
second slam.
Skip. Yep.
It was awesome, but I don't think he hurt some things.
It probably knocks some alignment shims out of it.
One more time for the people. Just because I like wheelies and Novas.
Novas do look yes.
So, you might not have won the race this weekend, good sir, but you won the Wheelie of the week.
Congratulations. If you can't be first, be remarkable.
Which, I'm gonna let Seth talk about all that because I know he's got all the information, and I've been sleeping half the day, so I've sucked on information and all that. But I'm ready to go when we get to the cash days part. So I'm leaving the first part of the show up to Seth.
Yeah, let's just jump right into the Chasing the Championship point series. Kicked off this weekend. I'm sized down a little bit this year. I've got 8 races across 4 weekends, so that was our first doubleheader. That had Super Pro, Pro, Sportsman, Juniors, TCR, and 490 on Saturday, and then Super Pro, Pro, Sportsman, Juniors, TCR on Sunday, which we didn't get to finish. But we had an amazing car count Saturday. I think we had like 52 Super Pros registered, and then 47 or 48 actually took first round. Some guys broke and whatnot. I forget how many. I have to look at this. Then I got to dig through it and find it. But it was like 36 or 37 pro, and there was like 21 or 22 sportsmen on Saturday. So awesome racing this weekend. Some stiff competition. A lot of our regulars borrowed cars and pushed through for some pretty big wins. Coming in on the win for pro was Chad Dotson sharing a car with Bruce Bickerton. I think Chad's proven time and time again that he can get in about anything and get the job done. There's a reason they call him Chatty Daddy, you know. And then pro, that was in pro, yeah. And then let me get to the front page here, because he ran Steve Wagner in the finals, and Steve is going to turn it red 001 to handle him. It's rough racing. One of my favorite ones that happened over the weekend was in Super Pro, though. It's a big field of cars, first or second round buybacks. We got that race accomplished in about 8 hours. We got 7 rounds of Super Pro in. We go to the finals, and I think, was it Stevie Dustin? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Stevie Dustin, because all I've got is their first initials here. Stevie Dustin in the Fox body goes up against Tyler Mosley in the rail car, and this was a tight race. Both of these guys are going to turn it 00. Dustin turns it 009, and Tyler turns it 007. And they're going to run out the end. Oh, I don't see the margin here. Mosley goes 1 to break out to Stevie's. It's not like the computer; it's different here. Dead on with a 4. So awesome racing from those guys. Got a door car in the winner's circle that night. Sportsman, go over that. Let's see, get here. I should have laid out just the.
So, one sec, Seth. You said you had 7 rounds of racing.
Yeah.
For people not paying attention or listening, like if you had a ladder that equals to 7 rounds of racing, that's the equivalent of 128 cars. If you can't understand like what buybacks mean and all that stuff, 7 rounds of racing in 8 hours is insane.
And we had
hats off to everybody that worked at the track that day and all the racers participating. Like that's crazy. And that's one class.
Yeah, that's not including their round of time trials. So that's 7 rounds with a round of time trials. So it'd be 8 rounds that these guys lapped. And no, my guys are doing good. I've got a good crew right now. My racers make good calls. They don't drag around. They don't give us any grief. They're there to get the show done as well. So we're really lucky there, man. Sportsman, you're going to see Jason Campbell up against, what's Hutch's first name, Zach? I got the okay. Let me pull up my Facebook. I don't remember all their names when it's just the initial. JD Hutch. They're going to see JD Hutch in Sportsman. Jason Campbell, longtime racer at Shadyside, takes the win in Sportsman. Get the junior dragsters because I really want to talk about this one. juniors had Cameron Nunnery takes the win in juniors. And that was his first win, and it was their first time at Shadyside. And so they were like, "You'll probably see us again, man." We went to the team finals, and they were like, "We had to come down here because we cook a lot of food anyway, and we try to give out so it doesn't go to waste." They're like, "Somebody rolls up in our pits, gives us all these ribs, and we're like, what are we going to do with it?" You know, like, of course we ate them. You know, they're like, we ate them. They were so good, and we need to race with them one time and thank them for the ribs. You know, so they came down, they raced with us. Super awesome people. Kid gets his first win, and first Shadyside. Yeah,
that's awesome. Congratulations.
Cool. Then TCR, our boy Blaze, long time. What do we call him?
Big Head Blaze.
It's like we call him Big Head, we call him Nerd,
Babe.
He's lucky we call him at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He puts it up for a doubleheader this weekend. The only class we finished on Sunday was TCR. And for people that don't know what TCR is, that's the Teen Championship Racing Program that IHRA offers. You've got to be a teenager. You've got to have a co-pilot in the car, which is a parent or a guardian. And you can't go faster than 940. And Blaze put it on him both days to take the win. So he's got a good jump on the points this year. He's looking forward to that. And 490 went on to see Joseph Bagwell win, right?
Mm-hmm. He won 490.
Bagwell takes the win in the finals of 490. So, yeah, man, 6 classes, 8.5 hours-ish, getting that show in. Great weekend, like Corey said. He's got some great content up for you guys. If you haven't seen the videos yet, check over to Spooled Media, check on Shadyside's page. He made some cool cinematic videos of the weekend.
Live feeds are also available for lifetime on DVR.
Nice. I seen Dennis comment, our buddy Dennis Thies there. You popped him up. So Dennis, he started racing with us again last year. He hadn't raced in a while. Got him a Mustang. He come out and ran last year. Comes back this year. He's got him a rail car. Really nice car. Makes a pass. I forget what round it was. We're in first round.
Yeah.
First round.
I think second.
Maybe.
Maybe.
But he comes up anyway, makes his pass. He's going back to his pit, and the radiator hose popped off, and it sprayed down his arm, and it burned him. So y'all keep him in your prayers. He's a super awesome guy, and that's just terrible, terrible luck. I got to call him tomorrow, make sure he's doing good. But he's on here commenting, so hopefully that's a good sign.
Yeah, that's rough, dude.
I try to be. Oh, I hit the wrong comment. Or no, what hit wrong?
What are we doing here?
Technology is too much for me today, guys.
I didn't have the awkward long pause on the outline here for tonight's show, so.
So did Seth.
We've actually got a lot of girls doing it right now, man. Renee Dotson, Gail Wisnett.
I think Zach might be on time delay.
Think so?
Like, it looked like you were talking or nodding to something we said 5 minutes ago, and then you finally caught up, like on my screen.
I was having some bad lag there. That's why I was over here messing around. I was muted for a bit. Like, I had some bad lag going on. So,
Chasey Poo. Oh.
Tasha.
Dude, I'm
I remember her last name, so I was looking it up. I remember Tasha. I couldn't remember Alton, but that's who drives the yellow Camaro for Coy. A lot of girls this week.
Which, Rye, you will see Blaze this weekend. He'll be the man on property walking around with the WWE belt. He's a 2-time champion already.
Oh, man. I was looking for the overly inflated, the biggest hat in the place, like the head. It's just.
He'll also be angle changing in the tower with you this weekend.
Sweet. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, this is gonna be. I cannot wait. This will be the first time this year to get back in the booth, so I'm stoked.
That's if the snow apocalypse stops. I need to take a note from Tucci Racing and leave the Tundra and get to the Carolinas.
Yeah,
there permanently at this point.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, been acting.
Oh man,
time this weekend.
Yeah, it was a great time, dude. I'm telling you, it's one of those deals, and I guess we need to address the elephant in the room. Zach.
Oh no.
Yeah, we had a little comment made earlier, and but it spars the conversation up of bracket racing versus heads up, and I tell people all the time how important both are. Like, you gotta have both. Like, this stuff does not run off of one or the other, or one. Sometimes it is one more than the other, but it takes everything. I mean, most of my shows are heads up and bracket racing. Like, I don't have many shows that are one or the other. And I know they both have their differences, and I've begged them. I'm like, guys, look, appreciate what you got. You're a bracket racer. Maybe appreciate the slowdown races when we're not cramming 8-9 rounds of racing in 8 hours. Like, let's appreciate that slowdown where you get to sit with your family, watch some badass cars, and see fans in the stands. You get to race in front of fans. You probably got a sponsor that appreciates you being in front of fans. And on the flip side, the bracket race, the heads up guys, like, we can't have a show with just 20 cars in the pits. We'll be sitting around all day and they'll be bored to death. Mm-hmm. There has to be something for guys that don't want to spend that crazy money to go as fast as humanly possible. And bracket racing is a great place to do that. We're very fortunate, like I said, to have great people racing with us. But every now and again, you see people kind of jump up and start picking a side, and just, don't do that. We got to like racing. And
I just kept hitting the scroll because first off, it was comparing apples to prime rib at that point, and
that's another thing. I'm like, you can't really compare, crowd count based off heads up racing to bracket racing, because it's like it's no secret, right? We know that heads up involves a big crowd, but with a bigger crowd comes more responsibilities. You got to put on a heads up race. If you're going to give them a good racetrack, then you got to spend more money in prep. You got to spend more time on the racetrack. You're going to have more hours there, so it all balances out. And it's, like I said, to make money, racetracks have to make money, and having a diverse schedule is how you make it. You look at our schedule. We've got a truck show, we've got motorcycle shows, we've got a Harley show, we've got gassers. We've got a lot.
Did you say Harleys?
Yeah,
Harleys.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So it's like, it takes a lot of different things, man. It's like you can't do the same thing every weekend, So
I think the biggest thing everybody should remember in this whole situation is, like, just because there's enough food for everybody, just because they're eating as a bracket racer, it's not taking any food off the heads up table. And honestly, sometimes those bracket racers are the ones that's keeping the track warm enough for you heads up guys, like, in between rounds. I am not a bracket racer, never have been, and I can still have the appreciation for it, but I also understand that it is a different crowd. It's like I think the comparison, like you talk about, you have more racers on property for bracket racers than you do spectators in most instances, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's kind of like the same people that play, I don't know, like intramural softball or something like that, or like you're just passionate about the sport, you want to be involved. And for a lot of racers, myself included, I don't look at drag racing at all from my perspective and what I like to do as a spectator. I don't look at it from a spectator's perspective. Like, I don't take my wife and kids to the track because they're going to be bored out of their mind because of what I enjoy, which is from the racer standpoint. So I don't know. I'm rambling a little bit here, but there is, the bottom line is, heads up, bracket, like, they both can coexist. It's like that the fact that people kind of get so bent up and bent out of shape about one or the other, you can do both. You can even do both with the same car, believe it or not. But
there's some that do.
Yeah.
What's been the biggest classes in drag and drive here recently? DY?
So
850?
the 850 category for quarter mile stuff has been the biggest kind of. It's been the most hotly contested. It's been the second largest. The biggest one has always been, from Drag Week perspective, they call it Street Machine Eliminator. Sticky calls it DYO. It's basically the bracket classes. It's the daily driver stuff. It's a catch-all. We don't have there's not a heads-up category for you to be competitive in. So tell us what you can run, and then try to nail that and be consistent, which is bracket racing 101. But yeah, it's everywhere you look. It is. You can take your minivan, you can take your ZL1, and you can put them both in lanes opposing each other, and the minivan can come out on top. Like, it's the cheapest way to get into the winner's circle.
Oh, and going on that note, it's like cheapest way to get in a winner's circle is the TCR. Like we was talking about, Blaze won the TCR. You bring a street car with a tag and insurance. You could take. I mean, he's doing this in a Toyota Tundra. You know what I'm saying? And he raced against.
Yeah, dude.
I believe they're in a Honda Pilot. It's like, dude, get these kids out here and get them racing. And I would almost bet, the bracket racers are always impressed by the heads-up guys. It's like, man, to go that fast and push these machines to that limit's impressive. But the heads-up guys would be impressed by these bracket guys putting down the packages they're putting down. I mean, you're seeing people go 007, 005, sometimes trip 8 on the tree, and then they go down there and they break out by 1 thou. And it's like, dude, you know how small that is? Like, you're talking about a 001 package, and you're going home. It's unreal.
Well, I mean, take it wasn't at Shadyside, but like I said, when I was over at Rockingham for the Little Gangsters, the one guy in the final, he's never raced this before. He's been a 100% bracket racer his whole deal in life. It's the first time he's ever put 28s and stuff on, and they're loving it. They love both sides of it. That's why, both ends of the sport are fine, people. But I don't know. It was just when I seen that earlier, like I said, I just kept scrolling because I was like, A, it's a stupid comparison. B, I think we've got 2 heads-up events coming up. So,
Seth, Seth, you and I talked about this in the tower last time I was out there. I firmly believe, I think you said it was, I don't think there is a heads-up racer on the planet. So take every heads-up racer that has never bracket raced in their entire life. I would bet if you took them and put them into an actual bracket race and taught them all the intricacies of bracket racing, they would come out a better heads-up racer.
Oh, yeah.
Simply because you focus on the fundamentals. You're not worried about making that car go quicker. You're worried about making the driver more consistent, doing the same thing every single time. I have an appreciation for it. I haven't had the time to focus on it. And you know what? I might, because I'm realizing that this is, if you guys are watching this on the video, the white Nova behind me, this is a bracket car, a winning bracket car. Belongs to my buddy Austin Brown, and it's here. I'm putting fuel tech on it. So I'm going to go out and help him. He handed me the steering wheel, and it has bump up and bump down. I'm like, why does this bitch got 2 bumps on it? And he's like, delay box. I'm like, oh man, what is that? You bump it backwards? I don't know.
That's a whole nother deal. I don't know how some of these guys keep up with it. They're like, man, I turned it loose and I thought I was good, so I added a little bit into it, or I took some out. I feel like I missed it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, I can't.
They can preset, up 1, down 1, up 2, down 2, up 10. And it's crazy to hear him talk. It's like, I knew I missed it, so I had to roll in, and I was like,
yeah. Or if they didn't stage right or something like that. Yeah, it's wild. Yeah. And I'm like, so should we put? And we were talking about it, and I'm like, I'm heads up EFI. Like, let's throw everything. Let's put shock travel on it. Every sensor we can put on this thing. Let's put drive shaft. He's like, whoa, no. I'm like, what? He's like, no wheel speed, no drive shaft, no nothing. I'm like, but it's there. Like, it won't cost you any money to put it on the car. He's like, can't. I'm like, yeah. All right, cool. So this is like, it's fighting with your hands tied behind your back a little bit, but that's bracket racing, kind of. You dial it back.
Can you imagine the turbo guy pulling up that has the first ever, oh shit, I bumped too deep, and he hits a button and the car bumps back a little bit.
If you could,
people making bump buttons, get on that.
That would be incredible if you make a car stage like just backwards, just kind of creep it backwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
But no, like, I think, like you said, dude, there's enough food on the plate for everybody. There's enough. It's like I said, we got 2 heads up. We've had 2 really good bracket races. Now we've got 2 heads up races coming up.
oh
It
yeah.
has bracket involved in with 1 heads up. So
The next 2 weeks are going to be awesome. And we can move right on to that, man. Rolling into next week, obviously Thursday test and tune. Weather permitting, as of right now, it looks good. That can change here in 2 seconds.
shut up. I'm optimistic.
No, I am too, and I want it to happen. Trust me, it's a long winter.
Look,
But
I'm taking the snow bullet right now for us, so we got good weather this weekend. Hush.
we're going to hit Thursday test and tune. We're going to get it in. We're going to get it in. Manifesting it right now. But then we're going to come in Friday, and we're going to run into Carolina Cash Days, the warm-up. So we'll let Corey take over and paint a picture for y'all.
All right, I'm painting a pretty little cloud over here beside this mountain for y'all.
I'm happy with that.
So y'all be ready. It's a happy cloud. It's
This
gonna
is
be the
very
only
Bob
shape we're
Ross.
gonna see all weekend because it's beautiful weather right now. But no, it's that time. It's the first one of the year. It's the warm up, guys. Carolina Cash Days, first no prep of the season. Had a lot of people actually messaging me about today because they couldn't believe that it was free entry and guaranteed money. And I said, well, that's just how we roll. I mean, SC Raceworks coming on board with all that for small tire. But I'll break it down by the days. It's a little easier to go with. Friday, very simple day. We have, excuse me, guys. Friday, we've got Test and Tune, which gates are going to be open all day for racers, 3 o'clock for spectators. We'll start tech at 3 o'clock. If you're running Outlaw 530 or Truck Wars, you'll come by the tech booth, sign in. You will not be able to test until you're eliminated, guys. But your entry fee to the class does cover your test and tune fee also. But for anybody wanting to test and get ready for Saturday, it's just $20. We'll test from 5 to 10. If the program goes, if we've got an extra round, it might go over a little over 10. It might be a little under, but we'll go to 10 no matter what. So come on in. Anybody wants to camp, anything like that, no extra on camping or nothing like that. We just want everybody to come out. We've got great, like I said, great sponsors involved in this. Presenting sponsors: Thornburg Machine, 10 Soldier Race Cars, SC Raceworks on Small Tire, Bruce Speed and Tuning on Outlaw 530, Pro Tree Motorsports on Street Racer. Saturday, gates open at 10 a.m. For everybody. We'll open tech around 10:15 or whenever Seth stops giving me a hot air bidding for not bringing him a biscuit.
We've been friends for 12 years.
You know what? I wouldn't even his friends would bring us breakfast.
You see what I'm saying?
I'll bring you a biscuit Saturday morning.
I appreciate that.
Tell me how many biscuits Corey's ever brought you.
How many he's brought me?
Goose egg, none.
How many has he brought you, right?
Yeah, 0.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
None that I can recall.
So like I said, Saturday, re-entry, guys. Small tire, 3,000 to win. If you lose first round, no biggie. We got a second chance race, $100 entry, 100% payback. Brutal Speed and Tuning, Outlaw 530, 500 on top, $200 entry. All that money goes to the pot. If you get put out first round, we got a second chance race also for that. $100 entry, 100% payback. Pro Tree Motorsports, always been with us. Travis and them, they wanted to come up to the event. They got to leave for Ponies in the Smokies a little earlier. So they're helping us out, as always, with Street Racer 630, which, in my opinion, Seth can actually back me up on this, has been probably one of the most talked about classes here recently, which is crazy to think that our little 630 class is growing like it is. $250 on top, $100 entry, all to the pot. We got Truck Wars, which if Sammy still has a truck running after Friday, he said he'll be first in line to sign up for it on Saturday and 630.
I'm shaking a couple down here, truck guys, local, trying to get them to come out of the bushes and head over.
It's a cool little class. I like it.
Yep.
And Quick Street, 7.0 to 7:30 floating index. So a lot of people still don't get kind of the idea behind that. What I do is I write between 7.0 and 7:30 on some chips. I think I've got it wrote down in some 0.05 increments. We put them all in a bag. I pull it out. That's the index for the day. It's a $50 entry, 100% payback. It's the first time we've ever ran that class, so we're keeping it kind of easy for the guys on entry fee and all that. It's really laid back on rules and all that. So
I like that. And to be clear, you can have delay box.
Yeah. Big tires, small tires. It's just got to have doors.
It's anything goes, but there's no shakedowns. Is that correct?
Yeah, right off the trailer.
Yeah, which that's the equalizer right there. You don't know what your dial is going to be, and you don't get a chance to figure out where you're going to be on your dial.
And that's going to be on the 4/10 Pro Tree, right?
Yep. Everything is on Pro Tree except for Truck Wars, and that's because Sammy has it in the rules that Truck Wars, no matter what the event is, must be on an instant green.
Yeah.
I'm not fighting Sammy over it. He would probably pull some jiu-jitsu stuff out on me, and I'd be tapped out in 3 seconds. So it's not happening. So y'all are going instant green if you're in Truck Wars.
Really, 4 of us could take these, though, right?
Do what?
I'm going to stand there and eat a bologna sandwich and watch Corey try.
You bring me a biscuit, I'll fight for you.
If you'll fight for me, I'll even get cheese on it.
Big dog.
But now, guys, we're going to get it. Now, I am going to do our virtual drivers meeting on Thursday from the tower. I'll go over everything again, rules-wise, all the good stuff you need to know, because when we do actually go into the drivers meetings on Friday and Saturday, we're just doing chip drop. The good thing about doing the virtual drivers meeting is it is DVR'd to every one of our social media pages, whether it's Shadyside or Sport Media. You can go on there anytime you want, hear it, listen, re-listen over the rules, regulations, and all that. And that way we can just get the show rolling. I'm going to draw chips. I think I've got set around 12:45. First round on Saturday. We'll be rolling by 1:30. Friday. I'm skipping completely over Friday. I'm going to draw chips at 7, and then as soon as we're done with the chip draw, we're going to start calling y'all to the lanes to get in, to get it going. So, but yeah, guys, the one thing I am going to stress, because like I said, is free entry into small tires. So I know a lot of guys are going to double enter. Just remember, be on your turnaround. We are not waiting on you. I know there's a lot of these races that will hold up a race for 30 minutes to wait on people. I'm not doing that. So, yeah, there you go. But this is always a great race. It's always a good way to kick off the season. Like I said, I made a post earlier. Diesel prices are high. You can't beat free entry and guaranteed money to win. So, haul accordingly. Massey Ferguson, Limpy and me talked about it for a few. I've never said I've copied or anything. I've always said cool. So I know you always hate on everything I post up anyway, so it don't even bother me.
That was a joke.
Ed knows what to do. Oh, I meant to earlier. Thanks again, Ed, being the moderator on the live feed all weekend. Thank you again for keeping it good, buddy. So, we got some good stuff this weekend, man. It's going to be good. Rise on the mic this weekend. So, make sure you got those radios tuned in or be on the live feed, and you'll hear Rise's beautiful voice calling you to the lanes. As soon as I quit slacking, I'll have WhatsApp made tomorrow. So, yeah. I'm ready to go. Got some fresh chips in the mail today. So we got 150 fresh white chips to put everybody's name on to come race for some good money this weekend.
This would be a banger, dude. I'm looking forward to it. This would be a great opener for those of you guys who are looking to, because what's after this? Carolina Gold the following weekend, correct?
Yes, sir. And
we're rolling into that one not far after. So this would be a great little warm up for that, especially for like the little gangsters guys that want to test. To get ready for their shot. This is your stepping stone. If you're looking for the quickest path, like I see a bunch of people talk about, like, how do I get an invite into all these badass little gangsters? Like, this is where all the money is. Isn't it kind of crazy? Can we back up a little bit? It was like 6 months ago, like the internet seemed like kind of like 50-50 on whether like, oh, this is index racing, it's basically bracket racing, it's lame. There's a lot of hate, and now like you don't really hear that anymore. Because there's just a lot of people that are cashing very large checks for only running 530s. So this weekend will be a good little warm up for you guys that want to get into the Carolina Gold, which has, how many is it? 8, correct?
You get eight. The top 8 get into King of the South or Ronnie Strange Engineering Ronnie Buck Memorial Little Gangsters Field at King of the South.
So probably one of the more commonly asked questions that you guys probably see on Facebook posted all over the place is, how do I get in? How do I get in? How do I get in? Well, that's your way in. You could start by showing up this weekend for Carolina Cash Days, get your feet wet, and then, I mean, you're going to be testing on the same surface that you're going to be trying to make 30 grand on, so like it's kind of a no-brainer. If you got a 530 car and you're not at Shadyside for the next 2 weekends, I don't know what you're thinking. I don't want to insult anybody, so.
No, I mean, it's a great, like, we all know Little Gangsters Racing is off the trailer. So when places are having 530 races, sounds like some good time to go get data. Now, is the surface going to be a little different this weekend from next weekend? Yes. This is no prep this weekend. Next weekend's a full-on radial style prep.
Is this no prep, or is this you get what you get? Because you get what you get, I've heard, is pretty goddamn good, dude.
You always get what you get.
Enough.
So you know what I mean? Like that's where my brain goes.
So a lot of people do no prep different. You have some that do it like us. We do it. Whereas we've got test and tune on Thursday. After Thursday, the glue does not touch the track no more. It gets drug, cleaned up, everything, make it safe. Then we hit the track. Some places tear it straight down. I mean, but I've always seen no prep as what is there. It's just no glue sprayed on the track that day, and we roll with it. Now, the heat will help always. Like, you can't make Shadyside not bad.
That's what I was getting at, because I remember announcing the last time I was at Carolina Cash Days, and I remember a car trying to like basically hit the back tires and then do manual to like 180 pop shove it kickflip to 50-50 off the guardrail on a no
Jacob
prep.
Pearson.
Yeah, so
and he came back and won the second chance race.
Exactly. And he kept getting yelled at for leaving glass on the starting line, but it's just how we like to party.
We're not talking about glass on the starting line on this.
What I'm saying is, don't let Corey discourage anybody from coming out to be like, well, this is the track surface isn't going to be indicative of what you're going to get at King of the South. You get what you get is going to be year round. I'm going to put it out there because it's a catch-all. You know what I mean? Like it could suck. It'd be great. Like yeah, exactly. Hey, you come Shadyside, that's what you get. You get what you get. It's great. Or you just say it with a frown on your face. You get what you get. You know.
We're also
you are embodying the spirit of you get what you get.
That's the shirt right there. It's a smile. You get what you get on the front, and then on the back, it's a frown. You get what you get. You know what I mean? One way or the other.
If it rained 47 days and 47 nights, and then we dried it up, and the next hour we went racing, you're going to get frowny face. You get what you get. Okay. It is a secret.
David understands. The windshield of the Kubota got sniped out this past weekend, and we're still looking for who did it. So,
somebody 360 no scoped it.
Dang,
somebody was camping on us.
Okay, happens.
By the way, shout out to Kubota for fooling us all. We thought side-by-side windshields were made out of Lexan. You proved us wrong.
No, we knew the Kubotas weren't.
Proved me wrong then, I guess.
I don't know why they're made out of glass. I don't know why a utility vehicle wouldn't have Lexan in it.
What were you doing? Throwing spark plugs at it?
No, good guy Ron pulls up behind cars in the burnout box.
Oh.
I don't mean like he stayed back and was waiting. I mean he pulled up. He was a Kubota length away from the rear tires.
I like it. I learned a long time ago. I got hit. It was at Kinston. I got hit in the ear with a rock. And I wasn't directly behind the car, but I was walking behind a car, and it just started to burn out. And man, I thought it put a hole through my head, and it felt like hot water. Like it sucked. So. Yeah, there you go. If don't walk behind a car, don't walk behind the burnout box when there's a car in it. Ever.
The yellow line at the head of staging at Shadyside is, I think it's roughly like 120 foot away from the water.
Mm-hmm.
You get pelted back there.
Yeah.
And it's lost some speed, but it doesn't hurt. I mean, but it still hurts. And I think I've been struck before from that stuff. I can't. Oh yeah, there's buddy. But I don't see how some of these guys stand behind these cars. I don't see why some of these guys stand near these cars. Some of the places people want to stand, you couldn't give me $100.
Oh, good topic here. I forgot to go over that again. So, Richard, the Double Down in Truck Wars, it's actually the Double Down's in 6:30 this weekend. I might have misspoke and put Truck Wars, but it's in it's in 6:30. If you win 6:30 on Saturday, and you can win it at Carolina Gold also, we're covering your weekend gate and all that for the Ronnie Buff Memorial. So, sorry about that if I misled on that. My bad. and then you got Sammy coming right in. Damn, Sam, don't be like that on old Richard. I swear, if you say Truck Wars 3 times in a row, Sammy appears behind you and puts you in a chokehold or something. But we'll move on now to the next weekend, which I've got everything for it, because it's stacking up to be a really, really big show. So there's an issue if you file. Please try again. StreamYard, what is your problem?
It's getting old. Really? Getting old,
dude. This is a StreamYard problem. I just pulled up my flyer, just great.
You said last week,
dude. It's a StreamYard issue.
Yeah,
PC.
There we go. Boom.
I don't see anything.
You want to see a flyer?
No, I'm just kidding. It's there.
Oh, we got one.
See anything now?
Yeah. Rolling into next week, March 27th, 28th, Carolina Gold back in the house, formerly Carolina Knights Nationals. That thing makes a brand change to Carolina Gold, which I really enjoy that. Hoosier coming on board. We've got a great weekend of racing ahead for that. That Saturday will actually be our next points race for you guys, Super Pro and Pro, and then the rest of the classes will come in on Sunday. 275, 28, 3,500 to win. Let's see. I'm going to Little Gangsters last because there's so much to talk about. Street Racer 630. I'm curious to see how many people show up for 630 at that race and at Cash Days, because I've got a lot of people asking me about it for Queen of the South. So I'm kind of going to use that to gauge. I really hope I'm not making a mistake by not capping 630 out for Queen of the South. This race will be an indicator for that. Yeah, man.
There's 5630 cars on property at Carolina Gold. I will make sure to take a picture of Seth freaking out for y'all.
Well,
dude, if there's 50, that would be insane.
That'd be crazy.
I heard there was going to be 100.
I know there's going to be at least 65 in Little Gangsters. Tacos.
All right, let's see. Let's get into this. Carolina Gold, awesome race. John Sears comes to the house, puts it on. We love John. We love everything about Carolina Gold. This year, bringing 530 in, putting a major $5,000 on top, $300 entry that goes to the pot. I mean, this thing has the potential to get massive.
Yeah, with no cap on the amount of entries.
Yeah. We'll run into Sunday if we have to. You guys can join the bracket program. No problem. Really? Oh, speaking of, we got something to go over here in a minute. But
oh, God.
5,000 on top. Our predictions right now, I think realistically, we are looking at 50 to 60 cars, correct?
65, yes.
65.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
I'm going to put up another filler post next week and be like, hey, if you are serious on coming, post up your car right now.
Yeah,
Well,
but you
so
run
next week.
bots. You run bots though. Some of those ain't even.
I told somebody, I said, you're probably sick of seeing me post because you get a spooled media post, you get another spooled media post, then there's a Shadyside post in the afternoon. Then I post off of one of the event pages, then I hit another Shadyside, a possible spooled media post, a couple more on the event pages. I'm like, I'm surprised I'm not banned yet. Daily. Dude, all I'm telling you right now is, and anybody that's said they've wanted to see some bad, if you got a car that's on 275 or a 28 inch for the pro bracket, drag raid, or whatever, we got a badass shootout for you too. So
yeah, I need to get on the phone and probably hit some of these 275 guys up and tell them to come get what they get. You know,
and what you're getting is $3,500.
We'll get the best track we can give you. 110%. We'll give you the best track Shadyside can give you on that date. 110%.
Again, I mean, similar to what I was saying before, is would you not consider Carolina Gold some pretty good testing for King of the South?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like this. I mean, the stepping stone here for this year is kind of sick when you look at it, how it lays out.
I mean, I don't know if I would come on a bi-ply tire, a true split to Carolina Gold, because Zach's Magic glue will be going on the track, and him and Chasey Boy will be having that track getting all stupid tight. Zach radio prepped it this weekend by mistake because I lost my shoe halfway walking across the starting line once.
That same Saturday night was. I walked up there. It was the first time I'd been up there because I've been in Sage Lanes, and I was like, dude, do you mean to prep it this much? Like, it's
no, that's the thing though. Like, I'm telling you, like, people, it's funny because it's like when it's 95 degrees out there, everybody's coming at you with a pitchfork. They're like, the track's terrible. And I'm like, y'all didn't know it's sunny and 95 degrees. The track's literally 160 degrees right now. Like, I can't do nothing. And then it's like, you got days where it's 75 degrees and sunny and they think you're a wizard. And I'm like, you literally just dump glue and drag it, and it's ridiculous. Like, you can't do that. Sometimes the weather just makes you, it's like you look perfect. And then sometimes it's just, you can't do nothing with it. So it's just, that's why it's like, dude, you get what you get. Sometimes the track will give you everything you want plus some. And then sometimes it's just like, yeah, I'm not going to hold rubber. You know, like I've had too much moisture on me lately. The temperature just ain't right. Like, they're about like a woman, you know. They really are. You got to
buy Tesla. Buy Tesla. You get what you get.
So when Zach says, like he's like the glue wizard, y'all make sure to call him Gandalf at Carolina Gold. That's Harry Potter on the Tractor Boys.
More like Gadolf, am I right?
That was one time in first grade, dude. You know. Come on, bro.
but like I said, if anybody has been worried about not having any heads up or radio races, here's your opportunity.
Yeah, this will be an awesome race. Period. 110%. It's got something for every flavor. Come on, you're gonna have a blast. I'm telling you, we have people leave and tell us how much fun they have at Carolina Gold. John Sears is the godfather of radio racing. He's the man. Can't wait to see him down.
John will be on the show next week to keep us all in line too. So,
let's see. I don't think I have anything else to go over right here, man. I'm just really stoked about the little gangsters, and I told, I guess probably Corey, I was talking to, is like how strange it is that I feel like the little gangsters has overshadowed everything. Like,
yeah,
because 275 is definitely the baddest cars on the property. But man,
it's got some weight behind it. You know what I mean? It carries some weight. Even like the fact that the weight is just in the in the quantity and quality of those 530 racers. Like, those guys are not. It's like, to go back to what Corey was talking about before, in Drag and Drive, like the 850 guys, those are dudes that are running 850 in a quarter mile because that's how quicker their cage start will go, and they have it dialed down to a science. Like, these dudes are putting in laps now. This little gangster stuff has been around for a couple of years now, and there are cars that are full builds that are dedicated. It's not just repurposing old shit anymore. There are dedicated 530 cars out there that's just all these guys do. They've built the car from the ground up to run that number, the same as any bracket racer or actual index racer would, and it's hard not to. I'm guilty of wanting to go and jump on it too, because, dude, that's a lot of money to only have to run a 530. Like, I'm not saying it's the easiest thing in the world to go out and run 530s, but you can do it with a stock block, stock-headed LS combo with a Chinese turbo and pumpy 85 if you're good, and do it reliably and make a lot of money doing it. It's hard to ignore.
I agree. Those pots have got some serious racers looking twice at index racing.
Yeah, I mean, you can take your $30,000 car. We can go to Shadyside and race 530s for $5,000 on top of however many people show up. Or, this isn't a slight against anybody because I want to see all the 275, 28-inch tire racers. You can take your $150,000 car and go race for $3,500. Like,
Dude,
that's what I look at when I see that flyer. You know what I mean?
We've done the math a few times, but you're talking about 50 cars times 300 is $15,000.
Yeah.
And then there's 5 on top. That's a potential $20,000 for 50 cars.
And I've said this before, and let me back this up a little bit. I think I said this last time I was on the pod. If you have a 550 to a 5 or a quicker car and you're not considering little gangsters, you're wrong. Like, you can go rounds on luck, and I would rather be lucky than good any day. Like, your 550 car could lay down a low 40 on a good track at Shadyside. When you get what you get, you don't know. But there's no reason not to try. You know what I mean? If you got a 550 car and $300 and nothing to do that weekend, like, dude,
I'd start.
Why not?
For the 30s, I'd start ripping out any weight. I'd be
and
in.
And you don't even have to win. Remember, top 8. If you get in the top 8, then you can figure your stuff out and get it into the 30s to get into the big show at the Ronnie Buff Memorial and make even more money. Again, the little gangster stuff is harder.
You don't have to be the winner. You just have to suck less.
Yeah. I don't got to run everybody. I just got to outrun that guy.
Jack, we do have testing this Friday and next Friday. Big blocks are allowed.
Man,
hey, I am
push that, Corey. This week we need to push that hard. I need a few more people to sign up, so I don't have to take lock-ins for that. I don't want to have to deal with lock-ins. I would rather y'all just pay at the track when you get there. And if I lose a few that were supposed to be there that didn't make it, that's fine. But as of right now, I don't have enough committed to come to feel comfortable with that. So I need.
I'll get on that. I'll make another post tomorrow on that. Like I said,
all you guys have to do is call, text me, shoot us a message. I had a guy message us today. Let me know if you're coming Thursday and Friday or just Friday for the test. I've got a note list going. It tells me how many people I'm going to have. And if I get like 18 to 20 guys that are wanting to test, I'm not worried about that. But right now I'm setting at like 8 for Friday. There's like 4 for both days, something like that.
There's your information right there.
Yeah. So just holler at me. Let me know you're coming. There's no lock-in involved right now, but just be sure you know you're coming. That way we can get an idea.
Oh, something I want to go back. There was one word that was missing off of the flyer for cash days. I want to go back. Well, not cash days, but for Carolina Gold. Since I screwed up and hit the wrong button, I'll pull it back up. There's one word missing that you'll never see on this flyer, and you look at every single one of those payouts, and you don't see the word minimum because we don't play that game. So all this money that's on the flyer, that's getting paid. So that's been a big thing I've seen a lot of people talking about. So if you are looking for races that you know you ain't got to worry about the money at and everything, these are the places to be. So
that goes for your Super Pro and Pro. When he says everything on there is guaranteed, that's what he means.
Yeah. Every
Get you a
single
promoter
bit of it.
that promotes versus relying on everybody else to do it for them.
We ain't 32 car in this stuff.
So that wrapped that up. All right,
So we got the final four. You want to go for the final 4 spots in King of the South first, and then we have the first 8 in 26s, Knights of the South.
you want to do both those tonight?
You damn right.
All right, so we're going to be on just a little longer than an hour tonight.
Yeah. I pushed. I talked to Donnie T and Elon, everybody I needed to make sure we were good for an hour and a half. They said we were good.
Okay.
I know you got a curfew, Seth. I'm hurrying. Zach and Rye are down here like ready to link up on Arc Raiders, but we got to
They're chomping at
No, I'm just texting my kid to make sure she brushes her teeth. That's all.
It's really Zach's like, I can't believe.
He just texted me his gamer tag. Yep. Okay. See you, boys.
Yeah, bro. What's up?
So we got the final 4 names for King of the South. This fills out 64 spots. So we have, coming out of Texas, Chad Revia, and I hope it's not Revia, and I'm chopping the name. I'm going to say Revia because that's the hit way I'm going to say it. Another one of those gangsters, Hemi, twin turbo, Fox body, 28-inch slicks, gangster, OG guy. First time coming to Shadyside, no stranger to small tire, drag slick racing, drag radial racing. Man's did it all. So he's coming to party. It's going to be, like I said, first time ever to Shadyside. Should be put on quite a show. So second, which was your second name on here, is Jeff Clemens. Jeff is no stranger to Shadyside. Jeff has been probably going to Shadyside longer than everybody that's on the screen. Jeff's ran in about everything from 275 from Outlaw 275, True Street, the no prep stuff. I know they've got everything together for their Camaro, big single turbo, big block deal. He's ran with us the past 2 with it. They're getting the car more figured out. I think we might actually see him this weekend at Cash Days, either with it or the truck. I think that's what he told me last time I talked to him. So, Revia. All right, my man Ed's got me. Thank you, Ed. I'll end up chopping that up at least 700 more times when
I'm going to write that down.
I'm glad I'm not the announcer. But we got Jeff coming in. Right, another gangster coming in, Kelly Jones. You've seen him on No Prep Kings, different shows like that. Another one of those killers, man. Pro Charger Power, Hemi, Catfish style Camaro. Guy knows how to get down on small tires and big tires. He's coming in on the smalls for this event. And number 4, y'all have seen him running on a lot of the No Time 275 stuff. They've recently ran the True 10.5 stuff. It had the most confused front end ever on it for a little bit, but now they've got a True Mustang front end on it. Corey Reed piloting Manny Bajinga's car.
Yeah,
I'm so happy they put a True Mustang front end on it. My mind just couldn't deal with the front end they had on it.
Yeah.
But Corey Reed, man, no stranger to drag racing, a killer in the NHRA fields, now running the small tire stuff. If y'all have not, I can't remember if that one's Fred or Freddie. I can't remember what they've named it. It's one of them. I believe it's Fred. I think this one's Fred. Manny has too many Mustangs. So, but do another one of those gangster Hemi supercharger deals. It's going to be killing the hats coming through the water box. We're going to take a total in the tower this year of how many hats are lost all weekend too.
It's my favorite.
Right as I realized
you
that
know
was
what?
a side job.
I would encourage all fans that are going to stand on the starting line, bring baseball gloves, like to catch flying hats like foul balls, or carburetors from nitrous racers.
Dude, hey, I did know. I don't know if y'all seen it the other night when it was like a week ago when the moon was full. It was a clear sky. I was doing the pictures and stuff of it. I seen Fred from 1320. His hat is still revolving around the moon from Trevor Jordan knocking it off. So.
Oh yeah. That's when everybody was like, "Holy crap! Fred has a full head of hair."
Dude, I didn't know that.
Yeah, lucky
Like,
bastard.
I looked down and I was like, "Is that really Fred?" Hey, I'm with you. I'm with you. But
All 60
that
are out and open.
that rounds it out. 64. I've got the full. Let me pull it up. So I'm waiting for the denial from whatchamacallit again, but we're probably not going to be able to read it. But if you're on a bigger TV watching this, you'll be able to see it pretty good. So 64 names. And the one thing, one thing I want to explain to people, because I know we've been said, but y'all have never had the full 64 of this. You see all 64 of those names, every single one of them is paid in full and locked in. Like, it's a locked field. Like, the money is paid. We've did that part. Now they got to do the racing part. So they got to get there.
Things happen, man.
I'm going to have some guys contacted. I know Seth has got some guys contacted. We are going to have people on the property. If there's a spot open, they're going to be waiting on it. So,
What was the total last year?
58.
58.
Day one. 58. So it's not that much attrition, honestly. It's not.
No, what
They're
we actually
hungry.
had 6.
We'll probably only get 58 like there was last time. And I'm like, you know how absurd that is? Like,
That is
Yeah.
pretty crazy
Holy
to get
crap, we only
that
have
full of a
58
field.
Well, we had more cards. We had 60, and Axeman put on the fireworks show.
yeah.
And then we lost one more. I can't remember. Blackjack. They broke.
Yeah.
So,
But to have a full field like that with no qualifying, you know what I mean? Like that's pretty crazy
It is.
for a heads up race.
Because things happen. I mean, take out the element of if they want to be there or got tired.
Yeah.
Then, like,
That's a
cars-
tough one to juggle. It's like you can have some people like, "Hey, be ready. How many do you have?" And then someone's going to get disappointed potentially if all 64 show up. Like, I do not envy your position on trying to fill alternate spots, but however, for the sake of the show, like, yeah, dude, like, but, I mean,
and like I said, every single one of those guys that's on that list has locked in money that they know they'll never see again, even if they make it or don't make the show. Like, they're locked. That full field is locked. So
It's hard for people to get 32 heads-up cars on any big race, much less 64 to lock in. You know, so like, I'd say 58 is pretty good. You know,
yeah, I mean,
for sure.
I mean, I don't know. Some people, I've learned in life, you just can't please some people.
there's always a gotcha moment. You know, somebody's always living for that. But you didn't have 64, you had 63.5, didn't you? You know, so.
It's like when Zach Buff tells me I got runner up. I'm like, why didn't you win? I'm that guy.
Yeah.
But in timeout, it doesn't matter because you go back to like what you said. None of that money being paid out is reliant upon car count. Guaranteed money.
Yeah.
So say what you want about 58 versus 64.
I mean,
Go fornicate yourself. Like, people are getting paid. Like, you can hate all you want.
I mean, there's that list right there is racing. I think, what was it? We totaled up 82, 83, somewhere in that range, thousands of dollars. Because we're paying back 216 cars. Plus, if you lose first round, there's a second chance race with another guaranteed money on it. I mean, no matter what, you got a chance at making some money somewhere in this field. You go 3 rounds, you're already starting to make money. So,
it's been a lot of thought put into this race, and we talked about, everybody's like, oh, you're going to make it bigger. And I'm like, man, honestly, I might just pay back a little further. Like, these guys are putting in a lot of work to make this. And now that we see that we've got a sustainable model, we can get back some here. I'm not saying it won't get bigger, but for right now, man, 75,000 to win is just huge. And the entry fee is $600. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I would love to hear people's thoughts on, like, pound for pound entry fee to payout. Like, there's only a few races I can think of that match, really. I mean, there's big money races out there, and this is no shade, but, like, there's a difference in $1,000 entry fee. They're taking 100 cars. It's going to pay out $100,000, and what's happening right here. You know?
Yeah, 100%.
Don't you speak of that math.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying. Once again, like, there's places that I get it. Like, it's hard to come up with some of this stuff. But this was the idea behind the King of the South was, you know, I wanted it to be badass. I wanted it to be, you know, something big for Grandpa's race. And I wanted guys to appreciate being here. And so far they do. I mean, they're beating the doors down. But
How many of these racers is this the only time of the year or the only event of the year that they put a slick on for out of that field? There's quite a handful, I would assume, correct?
Honestly, I would say
Maybe not now in the last 365 days because of this, but
80 to
historically
90% of the guys
speaking.
now are slick boys.
Yeah.
They're gangsters on slicks. There's a couple on there that's not.
yeah,
They're getting their feet wet.
But I mean, it was not. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. It wasn't always like that. Like most of these guys,
No.
I would assume most of the fastest guys on this list were radial or no time, and we just don't fucking know.
Yeah.
after the first year, I think is when you started seeing the shift. Like, I'd say that first year it was substantial. There was a lot of guys that were slapping them on and coming out for the big money. And maybe they crossed over to a slick every now and again, or maybe we knew they had a slick background. But after that first year, I bet there's not 8 or 10 on there right now that are stuck truly radial all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's
Interesting.
So one thing I am going to say, I did forget to, when we were going over the names, we did have one replacement for the people that's been keeping up. As you know, last week in testing, Luke Glass, 5 rods, and decided they no longer wanted to be 481 Exxon. So, and they helped him develop a nice window in his block or two. So he's going to be down a little longer than what he even thought, because parts are still a little rough. And even though we're a couple months out, like, there's a lot of parts that are even still that further on back order. So we did welcome, if you look down, you're going to squint maybe, number 20 now, Carson Baker to the lineup. If y'all don't know Carson Baker, if you haven't watched the Winter Series, he's been running Pro 10.5 with the Speedo Cheeto car. It's one of the old Ryan Martin MPK cars. 6th-gen Camaro, gangster. Carson has blown me up about this race. He said, man, the guy told me, he's like, dude, the lock-in, just getting the ticket was worth the lock-in. He said, now I'll get to go race. So, which y'all do, him, Murder Nova, and Ryan will be doing a lot of slick tire racing, getting ready. So those guys are coming in hard to this race. Like, they're looking to put a whipping. But there are 61 others on here that's equally as badass that's looking to take that money. Like, first round Saturday is going to be the craziest round of racing you've ever seen. I can guarantee it, because not just because of the chip draw is going to like put some of the baddest of the bad in matchups, but if y'all were there last year, even though first round seemed like it took a week and a half, those guys laid it on the line. Like, it was wall to wall, center line to wall, didn't matter. We're not lifting. There's 75,000 to win and a crown.
It's crazy.
Zach Buff needed a new pair of shoes just from going back and forth.
The racing was just phenomenal. And I sat in the tower at one point during the night, and I was talking to Anna, my wife. She runs the computer, and I'm like, "This is the baddest shit I have ever seen in my career of racing." Like,
Yeah.
I've been around it my whole life, and I'm like, "This is nuts!" Like,
Yeah.
cars side by side. I think you could count on one hand how many passes were aborted that weekend.
Yeah.
And that would be including parts failure. Like, it's just insane how much side by side, foot to the floor passes were made.
I'm telling you, man, like we're around it every weekend, sometimes 4 days out of the week, and like that race, it just like I felt the energy and felt the excitement. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I always enjoy racing. I love it. But it's like that just, I don't know, man. It just tapped into another realm of excitement for me that I hadn't felt or seen in a long time. Like it really was awesome.
When I realized, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom right after this pass, and I'm like, oh, they're coming up, and then I'd sit there, and then I'm like, God, dude, I gotta pee so bad, and it's already we're into round 2, and I didn't want to get up and walk to go take a leak because every class, every category, like, dude, it was a barn burner every single pass. It was great.
Speaking of sending it in first round last year, Mr. Andy Willoughby, comment, what's going on, buddy? He sent it really hard last year. His intake pieces are also floating up there with Fred's hat still, some of them. So Andy got a big win this weekend out in West Texas. Congratulations, buddy, man. Can't wait to see y'all come back out here.
Nice. I'm sure there's some intake shrapnel in the creek if you want to go mining for it.
There's a couple pieces still embedded in the wall.
Some of it's probably my hat, but that's okay.
But, well, we're going to bring that down, and I'm going to go in here and I'm going to pull up our last image of the night, which kicks off Night of the South, the first 8 Night of the South. Now, we've had a lot of people questioning a couple of names why they haven't showed up on the King of the South list. Well, it's because they've switched to 26s. So, if y'all thought King of the South was a gangster race, Night of the South is going to be right up there with it.
Dude.
And just to explain again what Night of the South is we take guys that are insanely fast on 28s, or they've ran 28s, or they've ran 26s, and now they're coming together at the baddest slick tire race of the year on this baby bicycle 2685 slick. Not a radial, not a pro bracket radial, not an ET Street R, the OG 2685 slick. The thing's literally only about yay wide.
Yeah, it looks like you put the front tires on the back.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like Huffy has a wider tire than these.
This class, we wanted to make a limited style class, and here's what we have.
It's limited.
It is limited.
It's limited, but we didn't realize that there were gangsters that were limited.
This is going to be another one of those classes where people are going to be like, 8.5? How quick can that be? I'm going to go get a hot dog, and then one pass goes down to like, the hot dog can wait, and you're going to run right back to the fence and watch these cars go down.
Someone is going to hear one of these cars make a pass and realize it's on that small tire, and they're just going to, like, all the cake balls are going to just fall out of their hands.
Yeah.
There's not enough to say about this. The amount of power some of these guys have, and you're stressing how small the tire is, but I don't think, unless you've actually been around this 26, you realize how small it is. And like I said, we kind of kicked this off thinking we'll start a limited style event, and it quickly became, it is limited. Like I said, there are some rules to this that have to be met. But my God, it's like these are pushing the limit of the limited.
So, but we'll kick off reading through number 1. No introduction needed to Shadyside. David Pearson.
Yes, sir.
And David's going back to his roots for this one. Nitrous Mustang on 2685s. Yeah. So, y'all have seen the little evil cars, all that. They've got a couple of they've got 2 gangster nitrous Fox bodies. They haven't told me exactly which one. It's going to be a nitrous car. I do know that. So they're coming out swinging, defending the home turf. Number 2, now this is one I got asked, why is he not on King of the South? Isaac Preston. They are building a whole new car for 26 stuff and backside stuff and all that. And he said, "Hey, I want in on this." He was like, I've got Adam. He's gonna pilot Frankenstein that weekend. He says, I want to get that 26-inch crown. So I said, hey man, if it fits these rules, here you go. Sent the invite, locked in. So Team NMR is going to be well represented in King of the South and now in Night of the South. So very badass cars that come out of their camp. They're excellent chassis guys, excellent pretty much everything they do. So I look for big things out of the Preston camp on Night of the South.
Yeah, they're crazy.
Number 3, first Nova for Night of the South. Mr. Ryan Tolley out of Virginia. Big turbo LS power. Gonna throw it on the baby of baby tires. He has ran on them before on backside at Dig or Die, but they're making the transition to the front side stuff. So with the 26, I look for Ryan and crew to be good. He's got double duty that weekend as he's tuning Shelby's car in King of the South, and he'll be racing his car in Night of the South. Number 4, last year's Carolina Cash Days OG winner in small tire, Michael Hicks. Single turbo, small block Ford Mustang, gangster car. That car has been at Shadyside as much as I have, from the True Street days to now in the Slick Tire days. It's been a nitrous car. It's now a turbo car. Flat out gets down. Yeah. Michael and them, they've ran on the baby tires before and some other stuff they've did in the Tennessee area. So they are looking to etch their name. This is a big deal. Like, a lot of people don't realize this will be the first ever. Like, there can only be one time the first ever Night of the South.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Coming out of Kentucky, nitrous powered Fox body, Jeremy Mattingly. Jeremy's been running a lot of the Winter Series stuff with Little Gangsters. A lot of people don't know is Jeremy's got a couple of nasty cars. He's raced with us back in our street car shootout days with his Nova. This time they're coming out with it's a black Fox body, a lot of nitrous, a lot of cubic inches. They are no stranger to 2685 racing. Like I said, they've ran around the Kentucky area for a long time. Look for those guys to be a killer in this race. Number 6, our international entrant into Night of the South, coming all the way from Canada, home of the maple syrup and the moose. Mr. Trevor Couture, Mr. TC Toon, bringing one of the wildest looking rides to the race. He's got his shop 240, big twin turbo LS deal in it. The man, when I first met Trevor and stuff, he was 2685 racing on the backsides of tracks, in the street, all that. Car completely redone, getting set up, start running some front side stuff too. Look for big things out of Trevor and them in this class, because like I said, that's his bread and butter, 2685 stuff.
That's a dude that just understands power management. Like, I'm a big fan of his videos. I know he does a ton of tuning. Like, I don't remember what car it was. He posted a video from some backside race of it, like, floating across the whoops in the end of a track, and just So yeah, I'm looking forward to watching that dude work in person. It'll be cool. But
there is a stipulation: if he does not bring at least 6 bags of ketchup chips to the towers, and he knows which ones to bring, Border Patrol stopping him.
All dressings are better.
Put your chip order in now. The all dressed, the ketchup, and the spicy pickle ones. They're all good.
You can get all dressed here now, right now.
Oh, dude, if you taste the Canadian ones, it's night and day. Same brand, same everything.
There is these cookies. They're maple cookies. Those are fire. Our boy Leo brought them to us one time, and they're really good.
Dude, even their money smells like maple syrup.
Why don't you send to Canada since you like it so much?
Yeah, Seth. What is it? Build that wall. Build that. Wait, that's wrong. Never mind. Forget it. I said it.
Jesus. So number 7, our first female entrant into Night of the South. Which, if she wins, we're going to have to completely, I guess, revamp the name somehow with this. I don't know how we're going to go with it, but I'll leave that up to Seth. Miss Darcy Knowles coming out of the Midwest. She is gangster as gangster gets on 2685s. Fox body Mustang, crazy stock style suspension car, beater bomb tuning support on that car. 99.9% on that. Yeah, that's I've watched a lot of videos of this car when we were doing the 2685, starting to look for names and stuff. This car's nasty. She, like I said, making the haul out of the Midwest, coming out to Shadyside. Do not bet, like, everybody better have their game right for that girl. So they're fast.
It says a woman knight is traditionally called a dame. I don't know that she would want to be called Dame of the South.
Tell you what, like if she wins the first one, you can let her name it whatever she wants. That's what I say.
Like, hey, it's yours.
It's
You
the
got
Darcy of the South. All right, congratulations.
Knight or Lady of the South.
the Lady Knight of the South.
Okay, so this
No,
is like
That's
you
a
got,
no, that doesn't work.
No. Wrong. I don't know. We'll figure that one out for cross, but like I said, gangster. And finalizing out for the number 8 spot tonight for Night of the South. Local guy, nasty Turbo Nova, J.E. Burnell. I actually look for them to be at Cash Days this weekend. So, run small tire, but J.E. said, when we talked about 2685s, he was like, first thing I said, he sent me in. I was like, man, I haven't even said, no, in. So I was like, my man, all right. So went to the drawing board. We put the names up, and I was like, I told Seth, I was like, Jay Burnell said in. I couldn't even reply nothing else. He was like, in. Like, I could, like, you sure you want to run 26s? In. So that's your first 8 in Night of the South. Strong field already to begin with. 8 more strong names we're going to drop next week.
Why didn't we do 32?
Actually, much stricter. I don't know, Seth. Why didn't we do 32?
there's nowhere for you to park.
There's nowhere to park.
Corey will tell you there is, but there's not.
Look, if you want to get Seth Buff mad, you either get him on the you get what you get talk, or why can't we have 32 cars?
Dude.
I had to take my AirPod out. It was that bad. Like I felt like I could feel the madness.
I would have strangled that day. I would have literally strangled.
So next time I'm gonna have Rye call Seth and ask him why we can't get 32.
Because we're full.
I'm gonna assume Rye isn't as aggravating as you. That's what I'm gonna assume.
Me? No, I just read the teleprompter. I'm just Ron Burgundy. I just sit there and whatever I see, I call it. You know?
Let's do 32. Like, Corey, we don't have enough room. Oh, yeah, we do, bro. Trust me. Shut up.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I was sitting there, I was like, no, we don't. He's like, yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
last year, I drove through the gate last year, and Cousin Eddie was parked out in front of the house like shitters full. Like, it's packed. There's not much more room to get in there.
Dude, there's all kinds of grass across the road from the entrance, and I'm pretty for sure the radio station will reach that far.
Corey.
They're gonna have to recharge the golf cart on the way to the staging lanes for some of these guys.
Look. We're working on some more parking right now, but
We are.
I don't know, man.
Look, as long as Lane's on the bulldozer, we can get this done.
Oh, boy, yeah. Don't let me on a bulldozer. I can make a heck of a freaking dirt bike track. I can make a heck of a wood section. But that's about all I got.
Can y'all hear that? It sounds like my house about to blow down.
Dude, I can hear it.
Yeah. It's getting a little hairy over here.
It got windy bad here. Like this morning, it wasn't that bad when they was calling for all the tornado canes. It didn't get that bad here. And then this evening's when it really fired off. I was like, dude, it really started blowing around. I had to check on the trampoline at one point.
I did update your name on here also, by the way, Zach, so you're good to go now.
Shadyside Dragway's head glue wizard. Like it. Glue wizard.
Which you know, I just now need to get a picture of you and Chase and let ChatGPT do its thing, and we'll have some good stuff for next week.
Yeah, that's fine. That sounds fun.
I got this. So, but yeah, we've got two really, really great weekends of racing coming up.
Yes. It's gonna be
Rye's going to be with us for both of them. He's the unofficial official of Shadyside. He took Sammy's place, but he holds a mic too. So
We
Next
put
week,
some miles
we
in this
leave
weekend.
Saturdays and go to Cherokee Speedway and see super late model racing. So,
Oh yeah, that's right. We got to go aggravate Dad.
Rye, you like dirt racing?
I mean, yeah, I don't mind sand in my popcorn. That's cool.
You get it. Yeah. Okay. Great. You're with it.
So, dude, there's gonna be a convoy of vehicles coming from the Dragway after we're done to that. Just let
All
them
these
know, be ready.
vehicles gonna pull up. Everybody's gonna think they're in trouble. Why don't they have red dirt on their cars? Who is this?
See, where we race, there's asphalt, but it's I've got it on right behind me right now. So I've had dirt racing playing the whole time we've been on the live feed.
before we get off here, because we're going to have to, we've been working on a deal all weekend. And Zach, you're privy to it. Corey, I'm pretty sure you're privy to it. Several guys probably in the comments are privy to it. 24 hours
Oh,
of bracket racing.
Oh my gosh.
Of what?
Bracket racing.
Yeah.
There's
We
no
have-
hold on. Let me explain. There's no entry fee.
leave my head down.
You can buy back as many times as you want. We're going to race for 24 hours. At the 24-hour mark, we stop, and whoever's left gets to go into a shootout for a grand prize.
Oh, it's like an Iron
They
Man.
don't make enough energy drinks for this.
Dude. I'm just thinking of like how many generators in the pits are gonna catch on fire, like trying to
Right? Can you get us?
not the starting line cast, like the announcer with the chapped lips, like he looks like he's been drinking salt water for the last 7 hours. I'm down. I'll try to announce for the whole thing.
My God.
Hour 27 brought to you by Liquid Death.
Well, 5 minutes into the bracket race challenge, and Rye's asleep. Apparently, he's not a big.
We've officially hit the 24-hour mark. But no, I still think this was my thing though. I think there needs to be a lemons class. Like the car can't cost no more than $2,000. Like,
Well, I did say I think you need to cap it at like whatever the legal limit is to not need a helmet. What was it, like 930 or something?
849.
849.
849.
You can go faster.
Yeah,
than
that is fair because somebody's going to do something dumb and get hurt if you try to get a bunch of fast guys out there. That's fair.
keep it safe.
There's what's the track? It's one of the IHRA tracks, Durana, whatever. It used to be, I think it was the one in Ohio, Dragway 42.
Oh, you're talking about the AI now?
Yeah, whatever they're building the data centers underneath. So they do an event there. It's a bracket race that they do it on New Year's Day because it's always covered in snow. And whatever the year it is, that's the dial-in. So 20.26 was the dial-in. And they race like, dude, it's just 2 lanes in the snow, and it's just dudes out there with like Silverado 4-wheel drives and Honda Odysseys having a bracket race in the middle of the winter.
That's awesome.
That would be a
Having the
fun
time of
one.
their life, too.
Do a bracket race in the rain. That would be one.
No.
That would get
no.
brutal. You can wreck very easily.
I believe it.
Yeah, they get slick.
I like the idea of the 24-hour bracket race. I think we need to farm out the details a little bit, but I'm down to try it.
You know, the only hang up I have on doing it, I would 100% lock this in tonight. But I don't know how that's going to fare for like your surrounding area, right? Like your neighbors.
Oh, yeah, they're going to be very upset.
If we do a lemon style, where it's like, and we could require them to have some kind of muffler, like,
Yeah.
just tell them to do the chemistry pipes, like that's the thing, right?
Yeah, you're
right.
Because if somebody goes out there and buys a Crown Vic, I mean, we're going to be there. If we have 110 cars and they're all Crown Vics, we'll be there for 3 days.
And if we're doing it lemon style, you can even make it even more goofy. We're like, hey, this round, you stick your hand in a punch bowl and pull out like a different. Oh, guess what? This round, you don't know what the tree's going to be. 400, 500, could be sportsman. It's guess what? We unscrewed all the bulbs and now it's instant green this round. Or
instant green bracket racing. A Varner just decided they hated us there.
Yeah, now you're staging with the back tires. I don't care. Something else.
Travis Varner is fuming at the mouth.
He's calling out.
Buy back in immediately. Buy back in.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's not my tree, man. Whatever. I'm down here. And make the buy-ins fair. Like I'm thinking around 20 to 40, no higher than 40. But you get a guaranteed pot together from a sponsor. A certain amount of money goes from the buybacks goes in, something like that. Like it could turn into a pretty massive pot. And then
I wonder if you don't do a deal where it's like, I don't know how you would get the pot up like this though, but like if you done like 24 hours, okay, it's from 5 p.m. till 5 p.m. the next day, you get as many passes in as you can, and then somebody's down there logging time slips, right? Or we qualify them somehow and we take their average, right? Like however many passes you can get in this amount with the tightest average, something like that. Because like I don't know that we're going to run these cards until we take them because it's not continuous.
Right, hear me out on this one.
Zach, what you just described, I mean, that's like the tightest average. That's the DYO from the drag and drive stuff where there's no breakout. Like,
hear me out on this one, Rye. This is our team car. A clapped out 94 Integra with a single jingle and zoomies coming out the hood.
Okay, so you're not going to pay get past the second pass. Okay. That's -1 car.
And you put a 50 shot on it so it shoots gorilla flames.
Look, I don't care. Look, COE, boys. COE. Content over everything.
We can slow these cars down. We can require mufflers. Has to be a car with a muffler.
I've seen zoomie mufflers.
Well, I could put a decibel limit on them.
Right, pull out in fifth gear.
Just put like a moving blanket over the hood while you take off. I think
I don't know if
this would do two things. One, it would kind of your bracket. It would shake it up for your normal bracket regulars that are interested in maybe like sprinkling a little bit of additional fun in there, do something goofy, a little bit silly. I think if you put the silliness in there, you'll also get, like you said, the lemons, the Gambler 500 type of racers where it's like, I don't really know anything about bracket racing, but it's a cheap way to go racing. There are people out there that if you said, hey, for a minimal entry fee, you can make as many passes as you want in 24 hours. It's, you know what I mean? Like, you can go break every posted speed limit in the state of North Carolina as much as you want in 24 hours, but with some exceptions, obviously. Like, a little bit of safety in there. But there's a lot of racers out there, a lot of young kids that would jump at that opportunity.
First rule, if you get caught taking a nap, a physical nap, you have to turn in 1 22nd time slip.
You're only allowed to nap on the starting line. Sleeping on the tree.
Mulligans.
Oh man.
See, this is what happens. This is what we come up with when we're just sitting around and Seth says, I have this idea. Oh shit.
I don't remember who actually started the 24 hours of bracket racing because I was talking to Tori and Lowe, and
I told you, I said 5:30. If we really want to, if we have to make any changes, we'll just make 5:30 now a Le Mans start.
Yeah, and then I said I've always wanted to do a 24-hour race at Cherokee, and then it was like it just kept growing into this like 24 hours of bracket racing, and we're like, how would you even do it? And then it's like
Miller Lite, Coors Light, and Michelob Ultra was involved in this. People, by the way.
No, it wasn't. It was dead in the middle of a race. We're stone cold sober.
I thought this was after we got done Saturday night.
Oh, we talked about it some after that, but they had talked about it earlier during the race. Yeah,
I stand on what I said.
24 hours of racing, dude. Anyway,
I'm down to try. All right, boys. I need to
All
put a toddler to bed. Well, she's not a
All right,
toddler.
buddy.
She's 10. But
Oh, we're at 1:34. Elon's gonna be cutting my internet off here soon anyway.
Yeah.
So
all right, boys.
I've
I
went over the
will
alarm.
see you guys this weekend, and then
All right, buddy.
I will see you guys back on here again next week.
yes, sir.
All right. See you
Later, boys.
guys.
See you, buddy. See you, everybody.